Recorded. Okay, I think we're on now, so we can start. Yes.
Yeah, it's saying recording to the top now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that for this class, you need to like be able to apply knowledge, because application of knowledge is the biggest thing in this class. Just learning of the definitions and just learning of the formulas will only get you that far. But when it comes down to finals, she is going to, and even for the mid semesters too, she's going to ask you questions that require you to apply your knowledge from what you have learned, because Dr. Mandel is very big on students doing internships and online courses and those kind of stuff. So she never looks for straightforward answers that you could learn off from a textbook or learn off from class. What she expects you to do now that you have learned off knowledge is to be able to apply that knowledge. And if it is you're going into this course thinking that you could just learn off this stuff and you'll be fine, that's where most people feel, because this course and Dr. Mandel's style of teaching is more application of knowledge, so that when you actually leave university, you could apply what you have learned to the real world. That's what she's big on. So even though it might seem stressful, it actually is a very good approach to teaching, because plenty of things that we do is just textbook, and geology is not something where you could read for your degree and expect it to be all fine and well, because when you all reach in third year and have to do the residential field trip, in second year, sorry, and have to do the residential field trip, you'll recognize that out there in the field and being in class, learning off from your textbook and learning off from your lecture notes are two completely different things. So I just wanted to know if anybody have any questions now that you all want, like whether it be homework or something that you want to like clarify now before we go on to like the review session. Y'all could unmute your mics and ask. I don't know if y'all hear me, y'all not answering, y'all not saying anything. Hello?
We're hearing.
Right, so y'all have any questions? Hi, you have any questions, babe?
Specific questions, no, not really. The whole course is kind of a blur, so.
Oh, you want me to repeat? I was saying that the course is not about learning of stuff, it's about application of knowledge. So like what I realized she does is she will give you a scenario, and she'll ask questions like why is this so, or what would you have done, or why this, or what would you have done if you were working here, those kind of stuff. She doesn't expect you to learn off stuff. So I am going to guess that you all did watershed, the storm hydrograph, Reynolds number, stream flow, those kind of stuff. Precipitation. Hello? Don't need to tell me if there's where you all reach.
Yep. Do you want me to share the notes?
Right. And yeah, just by chance you're doing thesis and polygon and stuff now?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, so let's review watersheds. I had my notes, but I can't share it because I have to use my phone because my computer is not working. I don't know if you could use the notes that we had sent in the group chat before, Gabby's notes.
Ooh. You can see this?
Yeah. Can you all see it? I don't know if they could see. Nobody's saying anything. Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Okay, right. So when we are talking about, when Miss talks about watershed, there are 4 important aspects to remember or to pay attention to. That is the area, the slope, soil, and land use, right, or vegetation. Those 4 components are what make up the watersheds and things that you'll do in the watershed when we speak about watershed, right? When Miss talks about area, she basically referring to how large the basin is and the shape of the basin. When we talk about slope, we're just talking about the gradient on which the watershed lies. So whether it's steep or gentle. When we talk about soil, we talk about permeable rocks, impermeable rocks, and the ability for the soil to absorb, well, the ability for water to be infiltrated into the soil. And when we talk about land use, we talk about whether we have vegetation on the soil, or whether or not we have like built up areas such as concrete and impermeable surfaces on top of the soil, right? In this topic, also, Miss must have mentioned the storm hydrograph, which is something that I think you'll need to pay attention to, but we'll go through that after, right? So as you can see from the PowerPoint, we have the watershed length, which is the distance measured along the main channel from the outlet of the basin. So the length is basically from the mouth to the source, right? And I can't teach you all definitions in formulas in such a short time. You're going to have to like do that for yourself, but it definitely, the formula is really not that hard. So what happens in a circular basin is that we find that almost all the points are almost equidistant to the midpoint, right? You'll know what equidistant mean, y'all in second year, UE. That should be easy, right? Right. So because of this, there is a short lag time. And she will ask you all a lot. I think there's one of the questions I hear a lot is, what is lag time? What is lag time? What is lag time? I feel like the amount of times I've heard that question is too much to count. And everybody knows lag time, or no? Kaka be using terms and you all don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all know what's the lag time? Okay, good. So the lag time is basically how long it takes from maximum discharge to basically overfully base the river channel, right? And because in circular basins, all the drainage patterns are equidistant from the center. We have a short lag time because all the volumes of water from each channel is basically reaching the same point at the same time. So because you have all this volume of water reaching the point at the same time, you will have more flash floodings and more floods and stuff where the basin is more circular in shape. However, if you have a elongated basin, because we have channels from all over and they're not equidistant to the center, you'll have a longer lag time. Because remember, if you watch the diagram, right, channels from the top will take a longer time to reach the bottom than those at the bottom, right? Because all the points not equidistant from the river, from the main channel, the main river, you would not have a short lag. The lag time will be longer because it will take more time for a full volume of water, I guess, to reach the main channel, if that makes sense. That makes sense, y'all? Okay. Okay, cool. And vegetation, we have basically just, if you have construction going on or housing and stuff, you'll have a shorter lag time because water is not able to penetrate into the soil. But if you have vegetation, because of through flow and stem flow and those kind of stuff, the water is able to penetrate into the soil and reach to the it basically, trees and vegetation acts as a buffer between the precipitation and it actually reaching the main channel, right? So think of it like that. Trees act as like a buffer between the precipitation and it reaching the main channel. And y'all know about soils and stuff from first year geology. So we have soil and sands and clays and silts and those kind of stuff. And you know that more porous soils will lead to a longer lag time because it porous, water could penetrate in the soil. But if you have less porous or less permeable soils, you'll have a shorter lag time because the water basically just running off the surface and going into the main channel, right? And what the kind of things Miss Dr. Mandel like to ask is she mixes it up. So she says, like, for example, she will say, like, what if you have a circular basin with vegetation as the land use and porous soil compared to a elongated basin with houses being built? Which one will have the longer lag time, right? And in that, anybody know which one will have the longer lag time in that case? If we have a circular basin with vegetation and porous soil, and if we have if you have a elongated basin with with building and construction being going on as the land use. Y'all know which one will have the longer lag time?
The elongated one? Sure.
And everybody agree or no?
Yep, I agree.
Y'all need.
I agree.
So, okay. So actually, the circular one, because it has porous soil and vegetation on it, whereas the elongated one, yes, elongated basins have a longer lag time than circular basins, but remember, if we have impermeable soil and construction going on, it will allow for a bigger influx of water into the basin. If that, y'all understand that? So the soil and the land use are two factors for, think about it like this, right? We have the three factors. We have circular basin, which will give you a short lag time, but we have land use and soil porosity, which will give you a long lag time, right? So for the circular basin one, we had two factors for a longer lag time. And in the elongated basin, we only had one factor that was for a long lag time. Y'all understand that? Tell me if I'm confusing y'all or if y'all confused so far or that made sense to you? Good. Right. So you try to, that's what I said when I was saying, what I started off by saying we have area, slope, soil, and land use. You need to consider those 4 factors for everything. And whichever factor, how many ever factors for whatever you're looking for outweighs the amount of factors for whatever else. So think about it like that. Any question you ever get with watershed, she'll bring it tricky like that, or even harder. She might even throw in slope and stuff there. Just think about the 4 things, and you can even write it down when you're doing the questions: area, slope, soil, land use, and write for and against for each one, for long lag time, short lag time, and you'll figure out the answers there when the answer, whichever one outweigh, if long lag time outweigh the shorter lag time in those 4 factors I given, right? So always write down that when you're doing your stuff, right? So we're going to, so Kingston easy to flood and country just a gone. Lol, that's funny. Right, so moving along, we have y'all know laminar flow and turbulent flow, right? Laminar flow is basically when there is no mixing, right? They just flow in one layer parallel to each other, and there's no mixing. Turbulent flows are when there is intermixing of layers. So what will tell you if something is a laminar flow versus a turbulent flow is basically Reynolds number. And if that number is less than 2000, then we consider it a laminar flow. That means it have no intermixing of water layers and particles, right? It's not turbulent. But if that number is greater than 2000, then the flow is considered to be turbulent, right? Right. So I was telling you all that before we go on to that, I just want to tell you all that the storm hydrograph, before we go on to the long and cross sections of the river, I just want to tell you all that make sure and learn the storm hydrograph, because almost every year for mid semester she brings a diagram of the storm hydrograph, and you need to label it. So you all please go home and learn how to label the storm hydrograph and learn the different parts. You'll have the lag time, the precipitation, the rising limb, the falling limb, peak discharge. Please learn that, because more than likely she's going to bring that on the exam. She always brings it nearly every year. So please learn the storm hydrograph and how to label it. It's really not that hard to learn. The rising limb is basically the time from the beginning till the peak discharge, and from the peak discharge, when the water starts to go down, that's the falling limb or the recession limb. That's real easy things to learn off. So we have the cross sections of the river, and did she really bring this last year, or did she not? She didn't really do it like on exams, but it's nice to just learn the characteristics for each. So we just know that, like, depends on how the cross section is. If the cross section is more V-shaped, indicative of like a valley area, we know that we'll have a lot of traction there and a lot of saltation and those kind of stuff. So more than likely, you might have more turbulent flow, because we have plenty abrasion and attrition taking place in those areas, right? And then we have, as the river moves along, we have the channel starts to increase in depth and in width, and so you have more vertical erosion taking place. I mean, less vertical erosion taking place, sorry, and more lateral erosion taking place, because the main point of the river channel is basically the river becoming wider as you go along, right? So suspension will be the main thing in that kind of, in the middle course of the channel. And because we had so much of traction and things taking place in the first stage of the river channel, because of all that friction and thing, the rocks will obviously become smaller. That's just common sense to know. The rocks will obviously become smaller as you go along, right? And because now as we go along the river flowing, the river is at its widest now, because remember we have lateral erosion, or horizontal erosion, whatever you want to call it, taking place now, right? Lateral erosion taking place now. It as you go along the river. So as you're going along the river, rocks become smaller, river is wider, all of that. And we have a lot of deposition now, because you remember the water starting to slow down, right? The flow of the water is starting to slow down and become more laminar as we go along. So because the flow of the water becoming slower, you have deposition taking place, because the flow of the water now is no longer strong enough to carry with it these materials and these sediments. That making sense? Tell me if I lose all them.
No, you're good.
Okay. So as you move along the river, because the flow of the water is becoming more laminar, we have more deposition, because the river can't carry all of that load anymore. It's not like in the beginning, the first stage of the river, when the water was turbulent and it had plenty eddies and plenty intermixing of water layers to be able to carry these loads. So because the water flow becoming slower, it can't carry it, and basically you just have to drop it off somewhere, and that's what we call deposition. And at this point, because all these materials becoming like traveling along the waterbed, bouncing upon other rocks, the hydraulic action of the water, all I'm saying, it's just going to make the once jaggedy, roughy rocks round and nice and smooth, right? And that's basically that. Look how easy, wow, easy peasy. You're going to get easy things. So you see this diagram there, you see this diagram there with the meanders. She had brought that last semester, however long we did that course. She had brought that for exam too, to show where is deposition and where erosion taking place. So I suggest you learn that. You could tell where deposition is, because, okay, so you see how I remember it is, where's our wrong side? C? Okay, that will confuse a little, never mind. But where it is, you have the, how to explain this? Right, so where it is, you have bend, or like the water kind of eating away from its original course. Like, I don't know if you could see where B is pointing to there. that'll be erosion, right? And when it pick up stuff from there and bounce across to the next side, it will deposit the material there because the water can't carry it. That makes sense, or I didn't explain that properly?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. So that was kind of okay. So that was easy. We do upper course, middle course, lower course. You're getting through it. Just to stray a little bit. You're getting through it. The teeth and polygon and stuff, and delineation of the watershed and stuff. You're getting through that, or you're having problems? Hello.
Lisa, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went through a lab on that topic, but she went through it pretty quickly. So I know I was lost. So I'm assuming some other persons were also lost while she was
That's for the delineation one, or the teeth and polygon, or the isohyot one?
the polygon and the isohetal.
Both of them.
I don't know if Gabby covered that as well. Check. Oh,
See,
by the way,
thing is, I don't know how
guys,
to,
I put these documents. They are study guides that Gabby, our president, put together from last year. So I dropped them in the chat so you can download them, and I'm gonna put them in the group chats and on our Instagram so you guys have access to them when you're studying for midterms and finals and all those wonderful things. So yes, I don't know if she did that topic though.
I don't think she have that here.
Yeah.
But
we can split it.
how to go through this without like showing examples, you know. I guess we could do it next week or something. Or I could probably I have notes on the teeth and polygon and isohyot methods, and I have all my old labs too that I could probably send a picture of or scan it or something.
Yeah, because we were going to break this course into two. So anything we missed today, we can pick up for next week before, because I think this midterm is this lab exam is 29th. It'll be a week before.
29.
Yeah.
So we'll have time to go over stuff next week. But you'll understand this week, right? You'll understand what was saying. It wasn't confusing or anything, right? I guess there's a no or yes. I don't know.
I understood. I don't know about everybody else, but it was okay with me.
Fredrina,
It was helpful in any way.
the recording is gonna be available after the meeting. So when Zoom ends the meeting, the recording will be sent to us, and then we'll upload it to our YouTube page so you can check it there.
Was it helpful in any way though? Because like I feel I was talking fast and I probably didn't explain stuff properly, but it was helpful or no?
Yes. With the insight on like how to analyze what she's asking for, because she asks a bunch of weird questions. And then she answers them herself, so we don't get a chance to apply what she's trying to tell us. But yeah, having that insight now, I think, well, personally, I think I can tackle them. So I'm hoping that
she will she's give more application of knowledge. So she'll ask like, why does you use the teeth and polygon instead of isohyot? So You understand? So that's the kind of question she's asked for the lab exams too. She's asked like, and even in class, she's asked those type of questions, like why you do this or why you didn't do this. So y'all should like pay attention to the question she asks in herself. Y'all should pay attention to them because that's the things she's be looking for, which would not be in the PowerPoint, in the lecture slides.
Ooh.
She asks 20 questions. Yeah, that's how she is. But try if you could like just write down the questions as fast as she go and just write down whatever she asks for. Pay attention to that because most times that's what she's be bringing back on the exams, finals, and mid semesters. And now that it is online, she will bring plenty. I feel she will bring plenty of those questions because for her course this semester that I'm doing, she asking for plenty of those things, plenty application of knowledge. Yeah, and that's it, I guess, for today. And I will continue next week. But if I have like problems with like homework and thing, and I see it in the in other second year group chats, I'll try to help you.
20 questions in one, I swear. Then she answers them herself. She only answers 10 out of the 20. You want to try the something now, Risa? The quiz?
The game?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to log on, so give me un momento. Por favor.
I don't know why I thought the quiz was going to be in the main group, the main thing, the main Zoom thing.
Yeah. Oh wait, oops. What did I just do? Oopsie. Okay. What is going on here, Jesus? Stop it. Okay, I'm coming, guys. I'm not good with technology, so I'm trying to start the game up as quickly as I can. Is this me? Am I signed in? Okay, yes. Okay. How do I start this? Post. Alrighty. I think I got it. No. Wait, hold on. Does everyone know how to play Kahoot? Looks like you guys have done it before in other lectures and that type of stuff.
Actually, wait. No, I don't remember playing this before.
Okay. Something serious is like this cute little quiz website thing where you can customize your own quizzes, and the aim of the game is to answer as quickly as possible, because the faster that you answer, the more points you receive. So say like you have 5 seconds to answer something. If you answer in under a second, you get 500 points. If you answer in 2 seconds, you get 250 points, so on, so on, so forth. So you can go on your devices. People usually use their phones. So you can go on your phones to kahoot.com and enter this game pin so you can join the game and we can start. Anybody else joining?
Hello? Anybody else joining the game?
Yes,
People
only.
left. People left the game. She asked if they could play it on their own.
Oh, I actually don't know, you know.
Well, you could start with the 3 people since, like, the rest of the people didn't get through or something. I don't know.
All right, let's go.
It's just one more person that did not join.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rotted. Guys, you have to answer fast. That was terrible. Let's go. All right, next. Who made this quiz? Kimoy? All right, let's go. Remember to answer quickly, guys. Oh. Woo. Thanks. No change? Okay, next.
Are we supposed to see questions? Because I'm not seeing any.
Oh, yes. You technically need 2 devices to play this game because you have to look at the screen for the questions, and then on your phone is where you answer.
Oh.
Answer.
Yeah. So what we're sharing now are the
So
questions.
you were guessing all the time?
Woo! Should we keep it going? No?
If that's the case, then I'll have to go to my computer.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I can full screen it. Wonderful.
You know what you should have done? Just like read out the questions as they come, as they appear,
Yeah.
or
that
we
would
just have one
save a lot.
device?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but that's gonna take up time because I think you only have 5 seconds to answer. So I'll try and speak as quickly as possible. And we can improve next week because. All right, let's go. So we're at question 5, I think. So let's try again. Next. All right. Which statement is true for the graph? Floods are more abrupt and narrow, rivers rise and fall. No idea.
They will can't see the graph.
Exactly. I just realized you cannot see the pictures, you only see the options on the phone.
Oh. Debbie,
Yikes.
are you playing this game too?
Of course. Who do you think Bro God is?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. Like, whoever broke out is, he knows that you need 2 devices.
Yeah. We will improve on this next week. But yes, you need 2 screens to play the game. Or we could just change the media for the game, like a different site. Because I think there's another quiz site that we can use. But yeah. Back to the strip.
So, like, just doing the next one?
Oh, which factors differentiate turbulent flow and laminar flow? Velocity, viscosity, geometry, or channeling? Oh. Yeah, this not gonna work.
Yeah, I think I got disconnected a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should be class. The meeting should finish in like 4 minutes, right? It's finished at 4.
We will improve on it next week.
Yeah. So I guess. Yeah, we will. Or probably get next game or something.
Yeah, for sure. The record state though
But I
that.
guess the main thing with this course is.
Huh?
I guess the main thing with this course is just application of knowledge. If y'all do that and stop trying to like learn off everything, like try to regurgitate. If you all don't regurgitate and try to like apply whatever it is you learn and to make sense of it in the real world, you'll get through. And you all will get A's.
Period.
Everybody will get A's. Yay. Fun. And I think this do courses online for water harvesting. I think is IDB or something, I think. I'll send that for y'all. It's online courses in water resources.
Can everyone see the files that I put in the chat? If I have to resend them. No? They're all the way at, oh wait, because you guys joined later. So let me resend them so that you have access to them. If you're in the, if you're in the group chat as well for geology or any geology group chat, I will drop them there. And I think we're going to make a Google Drive available to you guys with other resources for this course and any other course for this week and next week. So yes, you will be bombarded with materials.
Better than nothing.
Y'all doing this semester by chance?
What?
You're doing
Pardon?
SETI? You're doing SETI?
Yeah, I am.
You'll have the textbooks?
Actually, no.
I have them, but I don't know how to send them to you on WhatsApp, I guess, or email or something. I could send them.
Yeah. After the meeting, we can compile the Google Drive, something or another, with all the different course extra material. So everybody get A, and we all get nice GPA and graduate.
Thank you, guys.
Yay!
Hello, Kimoy. You guys ready?
So 11:01 finished, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna bring us back to the main room.
I mean, they already left. It's just you. It's just you guys left.
Okay. Well, thank you guys
We
for
were
coming
waiting for you to
out.
bring us back to the main room.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Y'all want me to do that?
You just kick out the people, them.
I didn't kick them out.
No,
You said
you
No,
just
no,
thanks
no,
for
no, no,
coming. I
no.
hope it was
Cap.
helpful. Maybe next time
So you
speak
didn't want to
so
thank
we
the
can
22,
help you.
33 people for coming. What kind of bias is that, Kimoy?
I'm so
You're
sorry.
not sorry. Thank
I
you,
told them thank you for coming. So I came here to tell you guys the same thing. Thank you for
We will finish up with water resources next week and have better quizzes for you guys that
yeah,
requires
I'll
one
finish it.
device, not two, because we did not expect that mix up. But thank you, and we'll see you next week at 2. So yes, if you have any other courses that you want us to go through, send it to any of us or put it in the group chat so that we can prepare and run through them for next week as well.
Okay.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 You can stop recording now, Debbie.
Oh yes. Bye-bye.